So Rocknrolla is quite a trip, isn't it?
It is. It's a good trip. A Rocknrolla. They should have a Rocknrolla roller coaster named after this movie, and it should be like each, carrier should be like a Hanson Bob carrier, a Mumbles carrier.
Just the head.
And then it should have like the big Russians chasing on this roller coaster.
Right at the very back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not bad, eh? Sell it to Butlins.
Let's talk about your characters then. Who is Mumbles and who is Hanson Bob?
Wow. Mumbles is sounds.
I'm Mumbles.
Yes,
He's Hanson Bob.
Yeah.
Mumbles is the one half of a sort of, well, not one half, but part of a ragtag team of mobsters in London, and Hanson, he's our getaway driver, and he can answer for himself, but I'll just do it for him. Yeah, and 1-2, played by Jerry Butler, is sort of our sort of leader.
What was Jerry like to work with?
I couldn't understand a word he was saying half the time. He's got a Scottish accent thing going on. He's a great laugh, actually. He's got such a sense of humour, very funny. He's a leading actor, but he actually embraces an ensemble pretty well, and I admire that.
Who do you guys think is the real Rocknrolla of this film?
Ooh, gosh. Because there's two meanings of Rocknrolla. I'm finding out. There's Rocknrolla as in Rocknrolla, Pete Doherty and Jimi Hendrix,
right.
and Rocknrolla. So yeah, who was the wasn't it?
Well, you.
That's right. That was me.
He would walk in with a dog, and like he's just he's got all these famous friends coming in,
all the time. can't keep them, can't keep them off. Follow me everywhere.
How did you both get involved? When did you find out when you read the script?
Well, guy called me, his agency, got a script and read it and really wanted to do it and went up for an audition for me. So and then it went from there.
I was overseas in the States, and I had worked with Joel Silver before, so I think a lot of my sort of casting process came from Joel saying, "Hey, I want you to meet this guy Idris," and Guy didn't really know too much about my work, but we had a long conversation on the phone and sent me the script, and he said, "Would you be interested?" And I absolutely said, "Yeah, of course." So that's how it worked out for me.
And Guy, I believe he shoots very quickly, right? Like, what he wants, and it's straight to the point, and off we go. Yeah.
I think he has the film sort of mapped out in his head, which is a really efficient way of working. Therefore, you can just cut down on the amount of takes you do, and the amount of air around all the stuff. You just get it done, and I think that really makes for a quick and fast process.
And a happy crew, actually. Yeah, he's an immaculate set. Didn't we finish early sometimes?
Sometimes we finished early.
Which is wicked, and he's got everything.
So he would say, "Right, that's off-ski." And that was his thing. That means we're going home.
Which that's unheard of for me. Going home again early, so everyone was really happy on it.
That's right.
Which is great.
So apart from being fun to watch, fun to make then also?
Yeah. Yeah, we had a good time. And it's London, London has an interesting sense of humour about itself. So, London plays a huge backdrop, a character in this film. So just having, running around London with a London crew was just funny. With Guy Ritchie in the front seat, it was a very funny time. We had a laugh.
Of all the hilarious scenes that you have together, because really I think that's where most of the comedy is, which is the one that, for whatever reason, you guys enjoyed the most?
We had lots, actually. We had lots of laughs on it. Every day was good fun. Apart from obvious for me when dancing with Gerard, or in the car when we were just mucking around. It was all funny. Whenever the guys are together, like Idris and Gerard together, that was going to be a fun day.
Yeah. When we were in the Spieler and we were all sitting around the table, we would have, Jeff, one of the actors. He was funny. We're just telling stories in between takes, and then that banter became natural banter for what the environment of the Spieler. So it was all natural in the end.
Matt King, Cookie. Remember we were
Matt
partying with the Bugle. That was funny as well. It was just funny characters, funny actors, good actors, and when they're having fun, in a film like this, we had a lot of moments.
Speaking of those characters, did Guy give you any backstories about it? Was it all scripted? You guys improvise anything?
It was all scripted. He's very efficient in what he wants. In my experience. But once he has what he wants, then there was room to improve, as it were, or fine tune, or even improv, to give him an option to work within the edit, because I think there's the film that we all read on the script, and then the film that's in Guy's head. And sometimes, you're not going to know what that is. I didn't know what it was until I saw the final edit, and that wasn't like the script either, was it necessarily? So he's then going to catch it up and blend it with, some scenes actually play earlier.
The editing in the script was really good in this film, and it really helped to get through the density of the story. There's a lot of characters, lots of plots, lots of sublayers, and I think the edit made it work, and that's what shows the genius in Guy, because I'm sure he's seen it as he's doing it. So we'd shoot these big scenes that we didn't show the whole scene. Like the chase scene was an interesting long sequence of things, and then if you'd seen the whole chase thing in one sequence without having the restaurant scene, it might have been a tough watch. You know what I mean? But just juxtaposed against that lovely scene with Tandy Newton and Gerald sitting there, and then all this mayhem. It's really smart editing, great filmmaking.
Yeah.
I believe Guy has another 2 films in his mind. He wants this to be a trilogy. Would you guys be on? And also, what do you imagine would happen to your characters?
Wow. I get to wear sparkly boots. Now everybody knows. I can wear some better clothes.
I think Mumbles is going to get into a fight with one of those Russian guys. Oh no, they died. Oh, wow! Giving it all away.
They didn't.
Yeah, no, they didn't.
No,
yes,
they didn't. They're hard to kill.
Yeah. Anyway, and then Mumbles loses all his teeth and really doesn't speak much, and that's why they call him Mumbles.
Nice for the cotton wool and everything. Oh, Marlon Mumbles.
Oh, Marlon Mumbles. I like that.
There you go.
Marlon Mumbles.
But you would definitely be on, right? It would be a yes without a thought.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's it's
only if the money was right?
And if my trailer is big enough,
because it was a small trailer, and Idris likes bigger trailers. We all know that.
And we're discussing with Tandy, maybe a love scene or 2 with Tandy. Not really.
Not for me.
You're gay.
I'm gay.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Idris.